Coming back to his sport as grueling and unforgiving as boxing at the age of 46 isn't just risky, it's a gamble with one's health. And for a boxing legend like Manny Pacquiao, this decision has sparked serious concern among fans, analysts, and even fellow fighters. It's not that anyone doubts Pacquiao's ability to rise to the occasion after all. This is a man who's defied the odds before, but the real fear lies in the potential for injury, especially considering the nature of the sport and the wear and tear on the body over time. What if Pacquiao faces a brutal knockout or worse? These are the questions people are asking. And to be fair, it's a valid concern. But when Manny himself spoke out, he reassured his fans, calm and confident, dismissing the worries with a quiet, unwavering belief in his readiness. So, let's break it all down: the concerns the boxing world had when Pacquiao announced his return, and how the boxing icon responded to those worries. It all started with the announcement that Manny Pacquiao, at 46 years old, was stepping back into the ring. The response from the boxing world? Mixed. A cocktail of emotions: excitement, nostalgia, and of course, concern. "I'm coming back because boxing is my passion," Pacquiao shared. "I missed it so much. Even when I wasn't fighting, I always had a boxing ring at home. I've been training, staying active. I love the sport, and I miss the thrill." While fans dreamt of one final hurrah, hoping to see the Filipino legend put on one last masterclass, several combat sports voices were quick to voice their concerns. These weren't just fans of Pacquiao worried about his safety. These were experts, analysts, former champions, people who have seen the toll boxing can take on the body. Their concerns were rooted in reality, not pessimism. One of the first to express concern was Ariel Helwani, a well-known combat sports journalist. Helwani didn't mince words. He pointed out the worst-case scenario: serious injury or life-changing trauma. "What's the worst that could happen?" Helwani asked. "Someone could get seriously hurt, suffer life-altering injuries, and that's a risk in boxing." His words were blunt, yet delivered with concern for Pacquiao's health. After all, the human body doesn't respond to punches the same way at 46 as it did in the prime of a fighter's youth. Pacquiao, after all, is no stranger to being knocked out. Remember the devastating knockout by Juan Manuel Marquez? That was a terrifying moment for fans and for Pacquiao himself. "I thought when Pacquiao was knocked out by Marquez, I thought he died," Helwani said. It was that scary. But Helwani wasn't alone in his worry. Sugar Ray Leonard, a man who knows all too well the brutal realities of boxing, had his own piece of advice for Pacquiao. Leonard's experience with head trauma and eye injuries from his own career made his warning all the more poignant. "Take care of your health," Leonard advised. "Respect your limits. You don't want to push your body too hard, especially when you've been through so much." Leonard's words weren't just words of caution, they were the advice of a man who had been there, who knew the long-term effects of constant fighting. Another former champion, Ricky Hatton, echoed those concerns. Hatton, who knows the highs and lows of boxing all too well, didn't focus on Pacquiao's ability to still compete. Instead, his first words were simply, "I just hope Manny doesn't get hurt." For Hatton, the message was clear: his concern was for Pacquiao's well-being, not the fight itself. And then there's Timothy Bradley, a man who knows Pacquiao perhaps better than anyone, having fought him 3 times. Bradley admitted that, while Pacquiao's physique still looked better than most fighters his age, the Filipino icon wasn't quite the same. Last time Pacquiao fought against Yugas, he just didn't look the same, Bradley said. His timing was off, and his speed was nowhere near what it used to be. He was outmatched by a younger, fresher opponent. Bradley didn't stop there. He raised the real concerns about Pacquiao's return: the wear on his body from years of fighting, the 4-year hiatus, and the matchup against a young, taller, rangier opponent like Mario Barrios. Bradley wasn't shy in pointing out the dangers of this comeback. Barrios is a big, dangerous fighter. He knows how to control distance and has knockout power. For Manny to come back after 4 years and face someone like him, there's real risk. It wasn't just analysts and fighters voicing concerns. Promoter Bob Arum, who worked closely with Pacquiao for years, also chimed in. Back in 2021, Arum publicly warned that continuing to fight into his 40s could result in serious brain damage. Arum's concern was clear: boxing, especially at Pacquiao's age, could be dangerous for the long term. And as we know, that concern only grows with each passing year. But here's where it gets interesting. Manny Pacquiao isn't just any 46-year-old fighter stepping back into the ring. He's Manny Pacquiao, an 8-division world champion, a man who's defied the odds before. And despite all the concerns from outside the ring, Pacquiao isn't backing down. In a recent photo shoot, Pacquiao's physique turned heads. His conditioning was clear. He looked sharp, lean, and in fighting shape. He wasn't just a man past his prime, he was a fighter who had never really left the gym. "I never stopped training," Pacquiao admitted. "I've always had a gym in my house. I play basketball, badminton. I stay active. Even when I wasn't fighting, I was working on my conditioning." And when the world continued to raise doubts about his return, Pacquiao finally addressed them directly. Calm, collected, and resolute, he reassured everyone that he was prepared for what lay ahead. The 4-year break wasn't a negative, it gave his body a chance to heal. His mind and spirit, too, had recovered. "When I announced my retirement, I felt sad. It was emotional," Pacquiao said. "But in hindsight, the rest has been good for me. I had the time to recover, and now I feel ready. I still have the speed, the power, the stamina. I still have that fire." He didn't live in denial. He admitted that if he felt unprepared or if his body wasn't up to it, he wouldn't have returned. But he's confident in his preparation. "If something was wrong with my body or my preparation, I wouldn't come back," he said. "But I still have the passion and the drive." Manny's mindset hasn't changed. He's always been disciplined and hardworking. Even during his hiatus, he stayed active, staying in top physical condition. He didn't let the 4 years off become an excuse. "I've been training every day, even when I wasn't fighting," he said. "I still work out hard, stay sharp. I still have the speed and the power. I'm ready." So, when it comes to his upcoming fight against Mario Barrios, one question kept coming up: how will Pacquiao handle Barrios' powerful left hook, a punch that has knocked out many fighters? Pacquiao didn't flinch. He remained calm, confident, and experienced in the face of danger. "We've been preparing for it," he said with his signature poise, showing no sign of fear or overconfidence. And when he spoke to the press, Pacquiao made it clear he wasn't concerned with the doubters. "I appreciate that people are concerned," he said, "but the only people I worry about are my family. I'm doing this for myself, but I'm also doing it for them. They support me because they can see that the old Manny Pacquiao is still here." Pacquiao's comeback isn't about proving anything to the world, it's about proving to himself that he still has what it takes. He's not ignoring the risks. He's acknowledging them and facing them head-on, confident in his preparation, his body, and his heart. The people who know him best, his family, are in his corner, and that's all that matters. As the fight draws nearer, the buzz around Manny Pacquiao's comeback continues to grow, with supporters and skeptics alike keeping a close eye on his every move. The one thing everyone can agree on, though, is that Pacquiao's return is a testament to his unyielding willpower and love for the sport. Many boxers struggle to step away from the limelight, but for Pacquiao, it's more than just fame, it's about the passion that has driven him since he was a young boy. From the streets of General Santos City to the glitzy arenas of Las Vegas, boxing has always been the core of his existence. Even though the physical challenges that come with aging are undeniable, Pacquiao's heart and drive seem as strong as ever. Despite all the chatter surrounding his age and potential risks, Pacquiao is steadfast in his belief that this comeback will be successful. He has made it clear that he's not just returning for one last paycheck or to appease his fans. This fight is about proving that he still has the skills and the passion that made him a legend. It's about silencing the critics and reaffirming his place among boxing's greats. But it's also about something deeper, a personal challenge. Pacquiao has always been a fighter, not just in the ring, but in life. Overcoming obstacles has been part of his journey since day one, and this fight is no different. One of the aspects of Pacquiao's preparation that many fans may not realize is how meticulous he has been in staying in shape. For most fighters, a 4-year hiatus would result in some degree of physical decline, but Pacquiao has worked tirelessly to ensure that his body remains in top condition. His daily workouts aren't just about maintaining muscle mass or strength. They're about preserving the speed, agility, and endurance that once set him apart from his peers. He's not just stepping back into the ring. He's stepping back in as someone who has taken the time to refine and sharpen his skills. During his time away, this isn't a man looking to make a quick return for the glory. This is someone who's prepared to prove that age won't define his legacy.